Today is Monday, Parashat Shofetim, and in the Chok L'Yisrael of this morning, in the Gemara portion, it spoke about Shaatnez. What is Shaatnez? Shaatnez is a combination of wool and linen. And this is one of the mitzvot of the Torah, that we're not allowed to wear clothing that involves a combination of these two aspects. One is wool that comes from sheep. You shear the wool from the sheep and you make from it material. And the other one is linen that comes from the flax plant. And you're not allowed to wear any piece of clothing that combines the two. Not only not allowed to wear it, but in the Gemara of today, it spoke even to sit, let's say, to cover yourself with a blanket that is a combination of those two materials, or to sit on a sofa, let's say, that the material is made of a combination of those two materials, that would not be allowed. And there's a way to check it. There are people who are Shaatnez checkers in town. And if you have let's say, a suit that you buy that is made of 100% wool, these people are experts to check, to make sure that none of the materials that go inside that jacket or as part of the pants, whether it's the threads or whether there is the felt that is used in some parts of the suits, that do not involve any linen, so that you will not be wearing a piece of clothing that is not according to halacha. And that's one of the many mitzvot in the Torah. It's a mitzvot to follow. There are some stores in Los Angeles where we live that have already their clothing checked before they sell them in the store, and they come with a stamp with a kind of a label on it, just like you have on kosher food a stamp that says that it is certified kosher. Also, clothing also has that aspect to it. If a piece of clothing doesn't have wool in it, let's say you bought a piece of shirt that is made of cotton, let's say, and we don't mind cotton combination, cotton and wool, or cotton plus polyester, silk and polyester, whatever other combination is allowed. The only combination that is not allowed is wool and linen together. So today in the class, someone asked me, what is the reason? Well, the main reason is because it's written in the Torah, because Hashem, in His divine wisdom, commanded us to observe this mitzvah, and that's why we follow the mitzvah. However, I said, you know what, I shared with them a drasha once I heard from Rabbi Eli Mansour, actually, who brings this subject of Shaatnez gives it an extra dimension that illuminates an important concept. The linen and wool, the first time that we see it in the Torah is in the unfortunate episode of Cain being jealous of his brother Hevel, and the first murder ever happened when Cain killed Hevel. What happened just before? They both brought offerings to Hashem. Cain brought some flax plant, linen, as an offering, very cheap type of offering. Hevel looked for the fat sheep, he gave a very important offering, sheep that give us the wool. Hashem accepted the offering of Hevel, and Cain was very jealous. And because of jealousy, he killed Hevel. This idea of jealousy and fighting in between brothers, we see it again with Esav and Yaakov, Esav being jealous of Yaakov, and fighting Yosef and his brothers are jealous of Yosef, and that's what started a chain of events that brought the slavery in Egypt. And jealousy and conflict is the root of many problems in the world. So when we bring linen and wool together and we wear them together, it's reminiscent of that idea of conflict and discord and jealousy, which is the root of many problems. So we don't want these to be together as a reminiscent. But interestingly enough, the Kohen, one of the pieces of clothing of the Kohen involves Shaatnez. It involves wool and linen together. So how could that be? Well, Aaron HaKohen and his family is known for Ohev Shalom Verodev Shalom. He loved peace, he pursued peace. He's the antidote to conflict. Wherever there's a conflict, he knows how to make peace between them. So if the linen and the wool represents two aspects, maybe the aspect of discipline and severity, and the other one is kindness. Maybe one has to do with the offering with generosity, and the other one has to do with restricted severity, discipline. Aaron HaKohen was one who was able to bring the two and make peace between people. He was the one that could arrange things between people who are in conflict. So that's why the reason. But again, the main reason why we follow the mitzvah is because Hashem said so. This dimension of explanation is something that we share today in the class of Chok L'Israel. Baruch Adonai Le'olam, Amen ve'Amen.